No time to rest. Time to get moving.
Agreed, Diana. Hey everybody, Bandicoot Commando here, and welcome back to Multiverses. Last time, I did some matches with Velma, and they went along better than I thought they would. I thought it'd be bad, but no. The only bad part was just how much time each match was. So today, we're gonna use at least at the moment, we're gonna go with the final character I have available here. Of course, once Nubia gets dropped into the game, that's gonna change things, but even then, we don't know who else we're gonna be getting as time goes on. I'm curious to know how the select screen is gonna work, because 1, 2, 3, 4... There's 5 potential empty spots there that can be filled up over time. But, yeah, we're gonna do Wonder Woman, Diana. Before we go, this is where I am, currently on the Battle Pass. Very nice. Pretty much halfway there. Yeah, we haven't hit these yet, but we will in just, in a few days. So, yeah, we're just gonna do some matches with Wonder Woman. Let's begin.
Be quick. We have a lot of work ahead of us.
This can go 2 ways, punk.
Okay, we have Wonder Woman here. Real name, Diana. Diana Prince, in particular. Pretty sure her last name is Prince. I mean, referred to as Princess Diana of Themyscira, but yes, Wonder Woman, Diana. To those who don't know, Diana Prince. Diana was originally, her origin's actually pretty unique. It also depends on which comic storyline you're reading. But by default, the usual consensus was that legend is told that Diana was born of her mother's desire to have a child. So, a lump of clay was brought to life in the form of a girl, the perfect Amazon. However, another storyline says that Queen Hippolyta, the queen of the Amazon, ended up having an affair with Zeus, and that Diana's parentage was hidden in order to protect the queen and Diana. It's the usual. There we go. Everything unplugged there for a second. The usual consensus these days is that Diana was born between her mother, the Queen of the Amazons, and Zeus, because she is part demigod. Since then, Diana trained in the various ways of the Amazons, and over time would just prove to be the best among them. It wasn't until one day that, well, let's see. Oh, it doesn't say? Well, usually what happens then is that a mortal man by the name of Steve Trevor stumbles upon the island of Themyscira, and this piques Diana's curiosity because she doesn't know anything about the world of man or human, so she wants to go out and see what it's like. Okay, this skin is the Black Lantern Wonder Woman skin, and similar to the Superman one, it's the same deal. Diana was one of the heroes that got converted into a Black Lantern. What makes this unique is that unlike Superman, who actually does have the ring on his finger, Diana doesn't. Anyway, to get back to her origin and finish up there, over time, you know, after taking part in World War II or World War I, depending on which storyline you're reading, Diana would then go on to become the hero for mankind and joining the likes of the Justice League. In fact, her, Superman, and Batman together, they are known as the Trinity, the DC Trinity, and it's very fitting because of how old they are. Like, Superman may be the oldest, and Bruce is like the second oldest, coming out like a year later. I believe Diana came out a bit of a year later after Batman, so yeah. Alright, let's get on to the moves and all of that, and also finish up with costumes. Diana's neutral attack is that she will be ready to do a heavy swing with her sword, or axe, or whatever other weapon she'll be using, depending on the skin. For her side attack, she does a quick slash attack with her weapon, and then does a quick hit with her shield, and then ends with like a punch with the shield, I think is how it goes. Like, I might pull it off and... Oh, it's a slash, then a kick, and then yes, it ends with a punch with the shield. Pretty standard and damaging. For her up attack, Diana does a upward swing with her shield. And then for her down attack, Diana will clash her bracelets together to create a explosion effect. Now, the neutral up and down attacks are chargeable.
Match point, red team.
Does very good damage when you have it good in charge. For the air versions of these moves, for the neutral air, Diana just does like a spin. She just spins with both her shield and with her weapon. For the side air, Diana will do a swing, a heavy swing with it. For her up air, which I might... Oh, I thought I was going to use it, but Diana will do like a sort of kick flip. And it does have a sweet spot. I believe the tip of her foot, while she's like in the middle of the animation, is the sweep spot.
You're going down.
And as for the down air, Diana will thrust her weapon down. All in all, you know, all of Diana's attacks are pretty damaging and heavy. For her specials, for her neutral special, Diana will throw out the Lasso of Truth. Now, depending on if you have the perk equipped or not, depending on what perks you have equipped, by default, the lasso will, once it hits, when Diana's pulling it back, she will hit and damage the opponent and pull them towards her. Now, if you have the Hephaestus Whip, if you have that perk equipped like I do, you have to hit with the tip of the whip in order to get damage out of it. Or if you have the one that, I think it's called Zeus's Blessing or Zeus's Lightning, Diana will use it to latch onto a thunderbolt and use it to pull herself across. It's meant to be more of a recovery, but it can do a little bit of damage to the opponent. For her side special, Diana will do a shield thrust, and after that, she'll maintain her shield up and keep her defense up with it. There's actually a little benefit to this because any projectiles that hit Diana while she has her shield up, she'll actually be able to absorb it. Because there's a little meter she's got down there, and that plays a role. And I'll get to that soon. For her up attack, well, her up special, I just did it. It's basically, she just does a shield bash from above. It works the same. For her down special, Diana will use a bit of magic. Oh, well, I'm calling it magic. To cover herself in armor. Very handy to have. And also, as a bonus, if Diana has any debuffs whatsoever, either she's in the middle of having a debuff affect her, or if she just has a stack of debuffs. When you use the down special, the debuffs will be cleanse. So good to get rid of them if you don't want them, obviously. Another thing I forgot to say, at least with the lasso, and if you don't have the perks equipped, when you use it on an ally in 2v2, Diana will pull her ally towards her, and she will also coat them in armor. Likewise, when you use your down special and you're near your teammate, she will also grant her teammate armor as well. As for the air versions of the moves, all but the side special are the same. Let's see, that's just her beach ready skin. For Diana's air side special, instead of thrusting with her shield, she'll instead, well, I was gonna do it until I got, there we go, I did it right there. She just simply throws a punch. It actually is pretty damaging and good to use to finish off opponents. And anything else on Diana? I think I just went over the basics really, and everything else rather quickly. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else on Diana. I got over the basics with her because she is meant to be a I mean, she has the recommended, and she is more or less meant to be a beginner character. In fact, in the beta, other than Shaggy, Diana was the one that you unlocked by default. I think both she and Shaggy were the default characters you can get. Like, at least in the beta, you got like Shaggy as your bruiser. I think Finn or Harley was your default assassin. Your mage was Rain Dog, and Diana was your tank that you could start with. So yeah, all in all, being a very average, you know, beginner kind of character, Diana's pretty strong and devastating. Any other advice I can give is that it doesn't really apply well with Smith because his shots don't exactly count as projectiles, as weird as that sounds. They really should, but they don't. Well, I mean, they kind of do. I see that the meter filled up a bit. Oh, the meter. I never did go over the meter. So, when you have Diana use her side special on the ground and have it hit enemy projectiles, she will absorb them and fill up a little meter. What this meter does is that it actually powers up the power of her down attack. And I should say, when you use her down attack, you also gain armor from it too. The more power it has, the more devastating it can be. So that's pretty much one of my main advice that I'll give, is make sure that when you're going up against enemies that are very projectile heavy or projectile happy, yeah, I don't know how that happened, but that was a great first score for me to have. But make sure you have the shield of I think it's just simply called the Shield of Athena. I forgot the name of the perk, but well, actually, hold on. I am still on the Multiversus week. These things. Okay, it unplugged again, but we should be good. Okay, let me go back to perks. The Shield of Athena, yes. Also, the grapple bit where you, the lightning, it's called the Grapple of Hermes. Anyway, use the... scratch my ears. Use the Shield of Athena perk if you're going to be going up against opponents that are very, like, trigger happy and very projectile dependent, because it will be very useful in order to get rid of enemy projectiles and to absorb them so that you can use them for your down attack later, provided that you remember to make use of your down attack. And also, yes, Smith's clones do count as projectiles. Also, whenever Diana does do her side special, she does gain a bit of armor while she does it. So,
If only the humans
Diana's just a very armor-heavy kind of character. It's funny, you'd think Superman would have that, considering how tough he is, and Man of Steel and all of that. Well, I think that's about it. Like, I mean, I gotta go over the other costumes, like the ones that are actually based on something and not the original kind. So, let's see, what was this one? That is the Wonder Woman 1984, I believe it was. Let's see, let me make sure. Yes, Wonder Woman 1984. It is the armor that Diana wore in the movie of the same name. In which, in that movie, that particular Amazon is described as the original Wonder Woman. Or at the very least, she is a legend for supposedly being the only Amazon besides Diana to have left Themyscira. But, and as we see at the end of the movie, it turns out there's some truth to it. The other thing is that the armor has wings that are just, I believe the wings are decorative. They actually don't actually allow you to fly, so it's meant to give off some slight vibes to Hawkgirl as well. Which is funny, considering that Hawkman would then later appear in Black Adam, and that was like, I believe that movie just came out, was the next one after Wonder Woman 84. Give it up, Jason. I will say, compared to all the other characters I've done, I mean, I've had my good and bads with it, but Diana I had a pretty good run with. I mean, again, she is meant to be a beginner character, so you get to learn and do a lot of things with it. Just for a reminder, any grapple grab attacks, they don't, armor does not block it. It just breaks through and bypasses it completely. There we go. Punch you right in that hockey mask. Oh, I forgot. Diana's air neutral also has purple aura, so there's your armor breaking abilities there. And again, you know, since I mentioned how old Diana is, it's going to be weird in the next 15, I think in the next 10, 15 years, Diana will enter public domain soon, alongside her fellow DC heroes. Give it up, Jason. Yeah, I think I had a rematch with him. Yep, so just enjoy until we get to the next skin.
red team. Nothing will stop me this time. Here I come. Match point, red team. Need to remember that move for the future. You are victorious. I am the daughter of... Sword, check.
Hey,
Shield,
this skin.
check. Thirst for battle.
This is
Always
the,
check.
where is it? Where'd it go? Where is it? Here it is. This is known as the Bloodlines Wonder Woman. This is based on the design that Diana had in the DC animated universe movie Wonder Woman Bloodlines. At the same time, I believe she wore this outfit in some of the other movies in the same universe. So, I think it was even like, it was a look that she had in the new, in the DC reboot, the new 52. Or was it 54? I don't remember. See, this is where the side special comes in handy. Because, you know, Tom and Jerry, they're very projectile heavy and dependent, so you gotta make good use of it. Now, unless I'm mistaken, and I'm not afraid to say when I am mistaken or not, but I do believe, I might have forgotten something. I think there was an extra passive that she had that I completely forgot. Let's see. No, it doesn't say. Oh, there is something here. When you use the side special, allies that she passes through while if you keep the shield raised, they'll receive armor. And likewise, the thing with her up special that I forgot to mention is that you can hold it up, you can keep a hold of it, and it can act as a glide. It has a slight glide to it, and it can save your fall a bit. Not to mention that in 2v2s, the shield acts as an improvised platform that your ally can use. So, I didn't know about that bit. Like, I knew about it being for gliding, but I did not know that it could be used as a platform.
Take this. Behind me. Match point, red team. The time for grace is over. Now is for revenge. The lasso compels you. God inside me.
That's how you finish a good fight between a Tom and Jerry player.
I am here for everyone who needs me.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I don't think there were any more, Let me check to make sure if I had any more skins.
Need to remember that move for the future.
Well, there weren't any extra. I mean, there is the quintessence Diana, but I don't have that one. But I'll get there eventually with it. So yeah, I think that's all the skins and everything else that I can talk about with Wonder Woman here. Because all the remaining costumes are going to be original. So, again, reminder. When you're facing up against very projectile-dependent and heavy characters like Tom and Jerry, Rick, I mean, there's a few that I can go on. Rick, Morty, Marvin, Bugs, just any mage, really, that has a lot of projectiles. Make full use of that shield to absorb them, because it will make using the down attack better. Likewise, I'm pretty sure your opponents will know, and if they don't, well, take advantage of that. And if they didn't know and they see this video, well, you can thank me for making you smarter.
Match point, blue team.
Yeah, that'll do. So, just enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, wait a minute, hang on. Before I go, I think there's one more thing I have to say. Actually, no. No, there's nothing left to say. Alright, goodbye for real. See you at the end of the video.
To me. Match point, red team. It seems I need a new strategy. You are victorious. Get down. Nothing will stop me this time. The steel of Hephaestus! By the goddess! You are victorious! Athena, I won't let you down. Forward! Match point, red team. You thought you had me. This is over! By the power of Ares! Match point, blue team. Been defeated.
All right, who ordered the clobbering? Good one!
By the gods!
Oh!
Match point, blue team.
That wasn't nice! Overdrive!
You are victorious! By the goddess. Looks like we're in for quite the fight. Don't even think about it! Justice!
My turn!
I'm back.
The problem is they weren't hooked enough. Hope the mayor is watching. Go time, girls!
For justice! Match point, blue team. Charging!
Hope the mayor is watching.
You are victorious! I'd advise not underestimating me. Make room! By the might of Olympus!
I guess I'm not mortal. Zoinks! Zoinks! Zoinks!
Match point, blue team.
Oh, damn! I can't let everyone down!
I refuse to surrender.
all my matches with Wonder Woman, and all in all, as you can see,
You must select your
she's in the
combatant.
recommended, and being a tank and all, she's really well-rounded. Like, play her right, and she can be surprisingly very good. The only downside you have to deal with is that, oh, excuse me, is that, what's a down? You just got to deal with the fact that her down special takes a while to recharge, and that, I mean, I think that's pretty much one of the only downsides is that her down special, as handy as it is, it takes a while to recharge. But that is it. That is at least until Nubia and future characters come into the game. That is all the characters in the game I can show off. So from here on out, I'm just gonna go through at least these next few videos. I'm just gonna go through the characters that dropped back in Season 1 and 2 to give them another go. Well, with some exceptions, like anyone who I like using, and now that I know how they work and understand them better, you know, just to give them another round and be like, okay, here's what I can do now, and here's some additional costumes that they've gotten since then. And then once I get through those characters, I might go through my other characters that I enjoy using just for the sake of it. I just won't be able to do any more, like, I won't be able to do any commentary on it. Unless they have a new costume that is, like, based on something specifically and not an original costume to the game, then yeah, I can briefly talk about it before all that sort of thing. So yeah, join me next time, though. Like, we're not going to do that just yet. We're not going to do the thing that I just talked about. I'm going to do a little something else to show off. I want to keep it as a slight surprise is all. And, yeah, it won't be too long. It'll be a little short, but it's a short little thing on a little something. So, that is it. And I will see you guys next time.
No time to rest. Time to get moving.